Okay, I am going to show you how to make pads of paper today. This one is glued at the top. It is just recycled paper. I'll cut this so it's a little bit better, but I used a guillotine and I have taken little stacks of paper that are printed on one side so I can make just pads, and they're not perfect. See that drip? But these are just glued at the top. And what I do is I get some recycled paper, and I have it all turned the right way, I think. Nope, some of that's not, but I'll fix it as I go. And then I have some cut as quarter sheets. I have some cut as half sheets, which I'll make long ones. I mean, I made some that were longer and skinnier. They're just glued at the top, but they're all about the same thickness. What I do is I take a shoebox or like a good sturdy box, and I just cut holes that are about the thickness that I want and just a little bit wider than what my paper is going to be. And they're not perfect. I didn't use a ruler. I just cut. And then the integrity of the box, usually is a shoebox. I would just really get 4. But because this box is a little bit bigger, I cut another one here and then a long one, which I have done 2 and 2. When I did these shorter ones, I stuffed it in and like 2 in there, which is not ideal because the little binder clips that I use they run into each other. But this is just for a long one in case I wanted to do like I did this one sideways and this. And then you'll need binder clips and just plain old blue Elmer's glue, the extra strong formula, dries fast and safe and non-toxic. So let me show you how this works. Okay, so I'm going to make some of these size. I just make sure that they're all facing the right direction, which these are. This is too thick, so I need to thin it down a little bit. And what I do is I get a really hard edge at the bottom, so that's going to be my top. So I'm going to clip this as close to the top as I can on 2 sides with binder clips. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick. One's really a little too. I need to make that hole a little bit bigger. And all I do, I get my X-Acto. I'm just going to cut just a little bit more on this one because it's a little too tight for me. It's been a little too tight, so. Okay. So now I'm going to do that again. Make sure it's all facing up. This one might be too thick. Fit in this one. Now, you can see what I have set up. So I have these ready. These are just sideways so that I can do it now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue, open it up, and I am just going to use my finger. So nothing crazy. Get a good generous amount. Where you have that buckle, I might have to put a little bit more. I'm going to do all of them and then go back with my finger. It doesn't dry that fast. Then it takes a couple hours, but it'll be dried, and then you can do another set. So this is definitely something to do, you know, when you, oops, I've got a lot of drips, but it's okay because it's on the back. Just going to kind of lift it and then try to make sure that I'm getting all the parts. And a little on the back, I don't care. I mean, I don't care if it's on the front even. I think this one is not wanting to sit straight. Just want to make sure that it's good and coated. All the little parts. And I may be a little too generous with my glue, but I've never had a pad fall apart on me. And this glue was $2 at the dollar store. All right, now the hard part of waiting, and just wipe off your finger. And that's it. You can make pads of paper from your paper that you printed on one side, and it rips off nice. So obviously there's a front and a back. Well, it's a little bit harder to see on this one. So that's a lot of pages at the end that are just kind of blank. But it just rips off. This one maybe didn't do as good. Let's see that this one rips off just like a regular piece of paper. So now I have 2 extra sheets that I can bind somewhere else, and I can take it back to the guillotine if it's not straight enough, and just chuck those edges off. I don't really care. I usually just leave them. But that's how I make pads of paper with just a shoe box, or a good sturdy box with a lid, and Elmer's glue and binder clips. The end.